Alright, today I'm going to be doing a review over all the different types of writing equations that we have seen. So the first thing that we've worked with is we've identified the slope and the y-intercept, and then we've used them to graph the line. So let's review how to do that. The first thing that you will see is that this is in y equals mx plus b form. So that means that my m is 3. And when we write our slopes, we're going to go ahead and express them as a fraction of 3 over 1. We've discussed how it could be 3 over 1 or negative 3 over negative 1. The b value is 5. So that means my y-intercept is 5. And if you remember, we're going to graph this first. So we graph the y-intercept first. So I find on the y-axis 5. And then I'm going to rise 3 and run 1. So I count up 1, 2, 3 and run 1. I could do that again. Or I could go down 3. 1, 2, 3 and to the left 1. Down and to the left is negative. And I have my first line. Let's try another one of those. So we're going to identify the slope and the y-intercept, and then we're going to graph it. So this is in y equals mx plus b form. The slope is negative 2. So I can describe my slope as negative 2 over 1, or I can describe it as 2 over negative 1. The b value is negative 1. Remember, this is my y-intercept, and I'm going to be graphing this first. Graph this first. So on the y-axis, I find negative 1. I can go down 2, negative 2, to the right 1. Notice that creates that negative slope we want. Or you can go up 2 to the left 1. You can do that multiple times. I could do that again, up 2 to the left 1 as well. Continue to get dots that are on that line. The next thing we've been doing is that we have been writing the equations of lines, given a point and a slope. So what I will do is I will write down y equals mx plus b. And I'm going to put that in slope-intercept form at the end, so I want my answer to look like that in that form. The way I get there is by plugging in values that I know. So I know that y is 7, I know m is 3/2, and I know x is 4. So I'm plugging in all those values. B is what I need to find. So I have 7 equals, well, this ends up being when you cross-reduce, you get 3 times 2, which is 6, plus b. Solve for b by subtracting 6 on both sides, I get 1. So now I have the two things I need, b and the m, to write my equation of y equals mx plus b. So I write y equals my m value 3/2, x plus my b value. There's the equation of the line. Let's try one more of those. Start with your y equals mx plus b form. Plug in what you know. We know that y can be 3. We have a point that's on this line of x is 1 and y is 3, and we know the slope is 2. Solve this equation. We do 2 times 1 first. 2 times 1 is 2, plus b. Subtract 2 on both sides. I get 1. Then what I'm going to do is write down my equation y equals mx plus b again, because I have the two things I need, the m and the b. Anytime we are writing the equation of the line, we only need the m and the b to write it in slope-intercept form. I have a couple other review problems to do with you, but I'll do those on the second video. Okay, I just finished up this problem in the last video, and I have 2 more examples for review. This time I'm given just 2 points. Now remember, I kept saying that we needed m and we needed b. This time, since we don't have m, we need to use our slope formula and find what m is. So we have xy and xy always. This is my first ordered pair, and this is my second ordered pair. So now what I'm going to do is plug in these values. So I've got m equals y sub 2 is 6 minus y sub 1 is 4. X sub 2 is negative 1 minus, always put the minus, x sub 1 is negative 2. So what I have here is that I have m is equal to 2 over, change your sign to plus the opposite, 1. So my slope is just simply 2. I'm going to use this point to help me write an equation of the line y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to plug in 4 for my y. I'm going to plug in my new value of m is 2. My x value is negative 2 plus b. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. And then when I solve this equation, I would add 4 to both sides, which gives me 8 for my b value. There's the second part I need. So I need m and I need b, and I can write my equation of the line y equals mx plus b. Last example of the review. Again, I don't have the slope, so we're going to find the slope of the line first. It's always xy. This is my first ordered pair. This is my second ordered pair. So my slope formula again is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Plug in your values. So you have y sub 2 is 2, y sub 1 is 4, minus x sub 2 is 1, minus x sub 1 is negative 3. So my slope is negative 2 over, change our signs right here, that's how I got the negative 2, and change my signs here, that gives me 4. I'll reduce that, negative 2 over 4 is negative 1/2. So there's one of the items I needed. I am going to use this ordered pair because it's all positive values when I go to find slope-intercept form of this equation. So y sub 2, it doesn't really matter, we can use this one as well, but y is 2, m is negative 1/2, x is 1 plus b. So I have 2 equals negative 1/2 times 1 is negative 1/2 plus b. We'll add 1/2 to both sides, and I get 2 and 1/2 is my b value. That's the second item I needed for my equation of my line. And now I can write it in slope-intercept form. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus my b value 2 and 1/2. It's not very illegible there. Final answer.